Hey everyone, it's JP and I've got a really cute tutorial for you today, really fun and easy to make. I call it my open bezel design. So I created these earrings using rivolis, and it's a very open design. So here, that's the back. There's obviously the front. And these make up very quickly and they're fun to make in lots of different colors. So what you're going to need are 4mm fire polish, but you can use any 4mm beads that you have. So pearls or any other types of rounds, bicones, rondelles, whatever you've got will work. And you'll need some 11/0 seed beads, and of course you'll need your rivolis. So you'll need a 14mm rivoli. So here I have my 14mm. I didn't have another one of the crystals, but I did have this color. By the way, the color here is tanzanite, is the color of the rivolis here. The color here is just crystal. This one's Swarovski and this one is from Potomac beads. But they both work. So I believe that's Preciosa. So one Swarovski, one Preciosa. Alright, so the colors of these are opaque white fire polish purchased from Art Beads. The seed beads are galvanized yellow gold, purchased from Aura Crystals. Then this other color, as I said, is tanzanite. The fire polish are gold sueded tanzanite, also purchased from Art Beads. And the seed beads are Miyuki galvanized rose gold. If I can find them a little better. Yep, there it is. So galvanized rose gold, that's the color here. And tanzanite for the rivolis. Alright, one last thing you're going to need is beading thread. I'm having trouble speaking right now. Fireline is what I'm using, 6 pounds. So you don't want to use the 8 pound because we go through the beads a few times. So you might want to stick with the 6 pound or the 4 pound if you've got it. And a beading needle of whatever size, so 10 or 12, either one is perfect. So let's get started. Okay, so to begin, what you're going to do is pick up 8 of the fire polish and 8 of the seed beads, the 11/0s. And then I'm just going to tie a knot, so just a square knot, so we're going to make a ring. Can't seem to pull the thread. There we go. Okay, so you should get a ring like this. And then what you're going to do is you want to take that knot and just bring it into the fire polish. So just go through the fire polish on the 11, and then maybe another fire polish 11, and come out of a fire polish. So it really doesn't matter which one at this point, but you want to come out of a fire polish and make sure this is tight. You want a fairly tight ring, but not so tight that you can't get through the fire polish beads. Now what you're going to do is pick up 3 11s and just go through the fire polish, skip over the 11 that's between them, and just go into the fire polish. Just like that. And then you're going to repeat this all the way around, or at least just about all the way around. We're going to skip over 2 of them. So just give the thread a tug, and this is what you should get. So and don't worry if they start to kind of pop up. This will all straighten out and sit flat as we continue working. All right, and okay. So if you happen to go through the 11 like I am there, all you're going to do is back out. So back out of the 11, you just want to go through the fire polish. So one of the things with this design is you'll be going through the fire polish multiple times. So it's a good thing that they have big holes so you won't clog up the bead with thread. Alright, so I'm going to do one more. And you just want to make sure they're sitting nicely. And so just giving a tug on that thread will do that. So you should have 6 of these. And now what you're going to do here is pick up 2 11s, a fire polish, an 11, fire polish, 3 11s, then another fire polish, an 11, fire polish, and now 2 11s. So what you're going to do is skip over all of these beads here and go over, so bring these down, and you're going to go over to this bead here. So this is what you're going to get, and this is the loop. So if you look over here at the one I've already made, that's going to be this loop. And so now what you're going to do is continue through the 11 and the fire polish. You're going to come out of this one here. And now pick up 7 11s. 5. Okay, 6 and 7. Just double check, make sure I have 7. Yeah. And you're going to go back around the same fire polish. Just like that. And then continue through the next set. You're going to skip over a set of fire polish, or the 11 and the fire polish, or you're just going to go through them. And then one more 11 and come out of the fire polish, and you're going to make another loop. So you're skipping every other fire polish is what you're doing here to make the loop. So again, 7, and go back around. Oh, and make sure, so I just noticed that I'm coming out of 11, a couple of these 11s, so just back out if you happen to do that. You want to make sure you're only going through fire polish. Five, 6, 7 again. Well, I knew there were 7. I don't know why I needed to count those again. Anyway, so again, so you have 2 loops. Now continue through the next 4 beads. So basically 11 fire polish, 11 fire polish. And you know, if you can't get through them all, don't worry. Just do 2 at a time. And again, I went into an 11 there, so I'm just going to back out. Now the reason I did it in this particular order, so putting these picots, is because I wanted them to sit below the loops. So that's why I'm doing the loops second. And I have to sneeze, so I'll be right back. I have seasonal allergies, so I am sneezing, and I'm going to go ahead and trim my tail thread before I continue, because it's just annoying at this point. There we go. All right, once again, I'm going to pick up 7. That's 5, 6, and 7. Go back around. And continue through the bead here. And you want to come out of this one, which is sitting kind of in between this our loop here, and 7. So this is what you should have at this point. And then what you're going to do is just, in this loop that you just made, you want to come out of the middle bead, which is going to be basically the 4th bead because there's 7 beads. So the middle bead is going to be number 4. And now you're going to pick up 4 11s and connect all the loops together. So pick up 4, and again find that middle bead in this group of 7. So this is number 4 right there, and go through it. And we're going to repeat this again. 4 and find the middle one. There we go. So it's picking up 2 of them. So 4 again. Got my middle one here. Just double check. Yep. And last time. So, and you'll know exactly which one to go through because this one's already connected on one side. So now you have your basket here all set. So what you're going to do is just kind of open it up and pop in the Rivoli. Oh, and just get it to lie nice and flat, and then just go ahead and tighten. And make sure it's kind of centered. It'll just takes a little bit of maneuvering. All right. And then what you're going to do is go back through the beads again. So they're a little bit loose, and I want to make sure that it's going to sit centered. And as you tighten it and go back through them, all of the slack in the thread will go away. So like that slack right here, that's going to tighten up. So I'm just going to hold this in place and just go through the beads. And again. All right, so this is my 4th side. And as you can see, nice and tight. So now you can go ahead and tighten this. You can do it a couple of times if you want. So I've done it twice. So what I'm going to do is actually work my way down. And what I need to do is reinforce this loop, which is something we haven't done yet. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to just go down the side here. And then just make my way over to that loop. So go through the fire polish, and it might be easier to go in the back and go through the beads this way so you can kind of see what you're doing, because the Rivoli's in the front. And okay, so I'm coming out of the 11, which I don't want, so I'm going to back out. And now just go up into the beads. Alright, so here what you're going to do is you're going to skip over the middle in this 3 just to get it to give it a nice, to give that point. So if you skip over it, it'll pop it up, and I like the way that looks. Of course, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So if you notice if it's not popping up right away, just give it a tug and then tug on the thread. So as you can see, there it is. It's my point. And now I'm going to once again go at the back, but I'm going to go ahead and make my first 1/2 inch knot here. So all you need is a couple of knots. Also, if you want to reinforce some more, you can go back all the way around and reinforce. And And I'm going to go ahead and go through the 11 and make another half-inch knot here, and that should do it. You could do 2 or 3 knots. This earring is fairly lightweight, so there's not a lot of stress on the thread at the ear wire and so forth, so it should be okay. And one more time. So if you work from the back, it makes it a little bit easier to get through the beads. And all right, and then just weave the thread away. All right, and I'm going to trim. Grab my ear wire. Okay, and there we go. Our gorgeous pair of Rivoli earrings. I just like the way that the bezel shows up. Pretty much almost the entire bezel is seen. So that's one of the things I really like about it. I like being able to see all that bling. So these are very sparkly and just a lot of fun to wear. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you in the next one.